boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. So we have the return of Riddler Q dropping some hints before the big Pokemon presents. We also have a Pokemon website that has possibly leaked one of the big surprises, maybe unintentionally, for the big Pokemon presents coming up in a couple days. Nintendo seems to be going after pirate sites, and people seem to be angry at this for some reason. As well as more we're going to talk about on this little Pokemon news update. So let's talk about it. YouTube, my name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario, aka YouTube's greatest fat man here, bring you another video. Alright, so we have the Pokemon Presents coming up. I'm going to give you my predictions on those, as well as go over the rest of the stories. So, as far as what I think is going to happen at the Pokemon Presents, I think it's gonna be relatively tame. I don't think we're gonna get like Generation 10. People are expecting Gen 10. I don't think they would announce that now because that would literally piss on the hype for Legends ZA. Alright, because why am I gonna buy this Pokemon game in October when I can wait till next year and we get a whole new region? You know? Alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because when they announced Legends Arceus, they announced 2 games, but it was BDSP and Legends Arceus. So, I mean, you could skip BDSP. I mean, a lot of people did because, you know, they didn't like the chibis or whatever, you know. But I don't think they want you to skip Legends ZA, and, you know, I don't think they want you to do that. So, I don't think we're going to get anything Gen 10 unless it's like maybe a hint, you know what I'm saying, like a teaser. I don't think we're going to get anything for real. Now, as far as what I think we're going to get, I think we're going to get updates on all the mobile stuff. They'll probably announce the new TCG Pocket set because, you know, we get another one of those. It feels like every 3 weeks at this point. They're going to do updates for Pokemon Go. Since Pokemon Go just got purchased, like Niantic just got purchased by another company. So probably updates on what's going to happen with that stuff, as well as, you know, Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon EX Masters, all that other kind of stuff. You know, they'll probably also give us an update on Pokemon Champions. Hopefully we get a release date because, I mean, it's got to come out at some point. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know next to nothing about it, and it's supposed to come out this year. So, you know, we know next to nothing about what's going to happen with that. We're also going to get a trailer for Pokemon Legends ZA, more than likely. I think that trailer is probably going to have maybe the starter evolutions. Not the finals, but I think the evolutions, like, you know, so, because I think that they might make them regionals. I'm kind of leaning toward them being regionals. We're probably going to see some of the new Mega Pokemon, but I think they're probably going to lean more toward the characters and the story, because I think that's kind of what we need to see, you know. I think we're going to see some of that. So speaking of that, we have Riddler Q. So Riddler Q, he replied to one of his posts that he did a while back in last year, to be honest. The original post was, would you join in them? Sure you would. Meet some familiar faces. One of the code names. So we all know that this turned out to be Quasartico, and Quasartico is probably connected to Team Flare in some way. And so the reply to this is, you get the starters from her. So there's a leaf, fire, and some water, and you get those from her, and we all know that that represents the starters. So now what he's talking about here is possibly Mabel. All right, now Mabel has been rumored or leaked to return in the game, and she's turned over a new leaf. So she's a good guy now. She's not in Team Flare anymore. She's connected to Quasartico, and she's probably going to be the professor that gives you the starter Pokemon, since you're going to be working for Quasartico in the game. So that's how you get your starter, and that's basically what he's saying here. Now, it's his other post that is the most interesting, because he says a kiddo app ready. And so basically saying that they're going to announce another app, but it's going to be some like kid family friendly type of deal. It's not going to be like hardcore. So this plays into the other leak that we had. So Cerebi dropped this morning, and he said, Cerebi update ahead of Pokemon Presents, the Japanese YouTube channel will stream a pre-show event called Everyone Gather DJ Pikachu Live, and it runs on July 22nd at 12 UTC. So I'm not quite sure what time that is, but it's probably like in a completely different time zone than mine. So this being said, these two are definitely connected, because you see that's the same like, you know, place that Pikachu was at in the teaser for the presents. So to me, this screams Pokemon rhythm game. It screams that we're going to get some kind of rhythm based Pokemon game. You know, Pokemon, you know, Pikachu is going to be like a DJ or something to that extent. And that is the kiddo app that Q is talking about. So it's probably a mobile app. Maybe it's going to be a different type of game. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be like the Generation 10, you know, tease that everybody's talking about. So we move on to some non-Pokemon news. We have the FBI says it has now seized multiple ROM piracy sites. Claims downloads are resulted in $170 million in losses in just 3 months. That's crazy. So it says, following the Federal Bureau of Investigation's widely reported seizure of pirate ROM site nsw2u.com last week, the United States government agency has confirmed the move was a part of an operation that impacted multiple targets. In a statement shared on its website, the FBI announced the seizure of several online criminal marketplaces that it said had for more than 4 years provided access to pirated copies of highly anticipated video games days or weeks before their official release date. So basically, some of these Switch ROM sites that had like Tears of the Kingdom up early, or what do you call it, the last one that they brought out, I can't think of the last one, the one that had Zelda was the main character. Like, they were basically getting these games early some kind of way, and then they were dumping them onto the site. And this is something that brought up a conversation a while back, where people were talking about how Nintendo could brick your console because of dumped ROMs. This is the reason why, because a lot of times dumped ROMs are not being used for like, oh, you know, by like people who buy them. Like there are some people that buy the game and then dump the ROMs so they can play them on like a Steam Deck or whatever, which in essence is fine, all right, because you did buy the game. But most people using dumped ROMs or dumping ROMs are not doing it for these reasons. Most of them are doing it to pirate them, either to post them on the pirate site or to get it from the pirate site. All right, and so that's what it is. And they basically took down this site for it. It says, on top of NSWU2's closure, the FBI says investigation performed with the assistance of the Fiscal Information and Investigation Service in the Netherlands had additionally resulted in authorization. Okay, new word. Authorization to see authorization. I'm retarded. Authorization. Oh my goodness. Authorization to seize the domain of multiple other sites, including NSWDL, game.2u.com, Big In Game, PS4, PKG, PS4, PKG.net, and boy, they got them. They knocking them down. That's crazy. So basically, this is a ring of ROM sites. And these ain't no rinky-dink ROM sites either, where you go on there and get freaking Super Nintendo ROMs or whatever. They got PS4 games, Switch games. That's wild. These domains hosted and facilitated full access to pirated games. It continued, anyone visiting these sites will now view a seizure banner that notifies them the domain has been seized by federal authorities. So they gone down. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know if Nintendo is pushing them to do this since it is the FBI. I think this is just something that, you know, the FBI is doing. They're looking into this technological thievery. You know what I'm saying? So everybody want to blame Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo taking down the ROM sites. No, it wasn't Nintendo. It was Donald Trump. Trump took down your ROMs. Oh, snap. All the pirates going to become Democrats. They're going to vote for Kamala next time. So speaking of Democrats, we have one of my favorite Twitter accounts on the internet, Hot Girl Video 69. So, Hot Girl Video 69, they dropped some pretty interesting leaks. A lot of them have actually been pretty true when it comes to like insider business type stuff. But they also do like some weird liberal schizo posting. So it is what it is, you know. So Hot Girl Video 69 says, notes, next direct before the end of the month, Pokemon shadow drop of a first party, which at this point I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Fire Emblem or something, since, you know, we know next to nothing about the new Fire Emblem game. We know that it exists. It's been around for a minute. Just drop it, Nintendo. Come on. We starving out here. Indie World and third party coming. Atlas update, big holiday direct. So basically this is what's going to happen probably for the rest of the year. All right, because we're over the 6-month part of this year at this point. All right, we are in the second half of 2025. All right, this is quarter 3 almost, pretty much. So basically this is what we're going to get for the rest of the year. So that's pretty interesting. So of course we're going to end off as we traditionally do with a 4chan text dump. We're going to analyze it, see if it's real, see if it's fake. So let's hop on into it. So it says, Pokemon Presents. Hello, I have news to share on upcoming Pokemon Presents. New Champions trailer, no release date, says new info at World Competition. This actually sounds about right. All right, this sounds feasible. All right, that right there sounds incredibly feasible. All right, because I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of Champions information, because I feel like Champions might come out after Legends ZA, because I think this direct is really to start up the Legends ZA hype machine, since it's been so weird right now as far as the hype for this game goes. So it says new mobile app called Pokemon DX Mobile, a full Pokédex, has new lore on Pokemon, AR features to Pokemon in your room, lots of small features. I'm leaning toward it being a rhythm game after that announcement this morning from Cerebi. So new Pokemon TCG Pocket Set, Golden Flames and Silver Waves, trading update. Can now trade all rarities. I heard that there was a trading update coming for TCG Pocket. I don't know if they've done it already, because this was last week, and I haven't really been on TCG Pocket in several days, so I'm not sure if they did an update already or not. But I heard that there was a trading update coming, so this might have some validity. Pokemon Sleep promo. Wasn't that like an April Fool's? I could have swore that was like an April Fool's joke. Like I fell for it, to be honest. Paradoxes are coming to Pokemon Go. Deoxys, Sceptile, and Argon and Aggron and Unite. New Olim. Also Voodoo Sync pairs. Okay, so I'm thinking that's like EX Masters. Okay. New physical TCG set, name is unknown. Ikaku trailer, Dragonite Mega shown, Detective shown, Crazy Absol shown, Muscat Rank Battle shown, as well as a new story scene. So this right here is also kind of accurate to what I think will probably happen. I think we're going to get maybe 1 or 2 megas, but I think this is going to be kind of a story trailer to kind of give you just a hint of the story, to kind of get you talking, to get people, to get that conversation going. Because remember, this whole thing is to get the hype train for Legends Z8 going. So That's about it. I think this sounds very feasible. I don't know about the Pokemon Sleep thing. I think that I feel like that might be a red flag because I feel like Pokemon Sleep had like a world championship tournament or whatever, and it was like some kind of April Fool's joke or something. But that's about it. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, and of course, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real. And I will see you at the Pokemon Presents.